Hi, welcome back. So we all know they found the tunnels underneath Puff Diddy's house. Dreadful, absolutely awful, wet, dark, terrible. And there's a lot of them. And in these tunnels, we see that, like little alleyways, we see individual little prison cells. And can you imagine the children being taken out of a truck, put through these tunnels, thrown into these little cells, until it was their time to be dragged out one by one, taken up the stairs into Puff Diddy's house with all the celebrities, taken into room 6. Room 6 is where these atrocities were taken out, where they happened, with all the satanic rituals. This is where it took place. In this video, and wait till the end, in this video, I will show you video clips of the tunnels themselves. Unbelievable, it's like a horror story. It really is like a horror story. There's another woman, when she was younger, she was also trafficked into these tunnels, in the same tunnels that were adjacent, and not adjacent, but they run through to, is it Hoffner's house, the Playboy Mansion. Anyway, so the prostitutes were taken from there out with children included. And they were taken up to room 6. Imagine, just try to imagine, and in your minds, imagine what 9-year-olds were thinking at night, in the dark, wet and damp, didn't know what was about to happen to them. And by the time all the celebrities got from room 1 to room 6 with masks on, that was from room 1, so it would be like a big game for them, an absolute game. And these children were ushered up the stairs, taken to room 6 to be raped and whatever else, sodomized under satanic ritual ceremonies with all the celebrities, politicians, high-profile people present. Thank God they've got videos of them. I hope they all get caught. I really do. So I will show you. Also, we have now 2 other people coming forward, 2 young men that were physically there. They attended these parties too, the after freak-off parties. So they were there also. And one account is horrific to hear, very, very horrific. I will play some of those video clips too. So video discretion is advised, because it's not something everybody's stomach can, absorb. And it certainly wasn't something that I was prepared to watch, but I feel very passionate about showing you this if you haven't seen it. Puff Diddy is now in his little prison cell. So what goes around comes around. He was upstairs taking drugs, drugging everybody, celebrating with his music, the powerful Diddy with all the money in the world, and these children were downstairs waiting for torture to take place. Just imagine that. And you know what's worse? You know what's really, really ironic is that this man, what was his name? George Floyd. Who was George Floyd? He was arrested. All the people in America protested. They came out onto the streets, rioting taking place. It was, again, horrific. And and I'm sure many of us were thinking, who is George Floyd? But my point is that the American people were touched by this arrest because they felt that the police were wrong in how they handled George Floyd to his death. So all these keyboard warriors now that I'm reading now about, where are the children? They were ushered in, raped, tortured, and ushered back out. So where are they now? Why aren't the American people on the streets now asking where these children are? Because I would like to know. I would like to know where they are, and so do many others. So what I'm going to show you today is a few clips. Like I said, viewer discretion is advised. Don't watch it if it bugs you. I mean, we all have a sore spot. My sore spot is, and my passion is, children. Because I've said from day one of my videos, don't ever touch a child. You don't touch a child. Okay, if you have a wrongdoing with an adult, you're over 8. Look, once you're over 18, you can do what you like. If you don't have morals or you've been raised a certain way, do what you like. You can take drugs if that's what you feel is right for you. Okay, if like I said in the last video, if you want to participate in these freak-off parties, go ahead, because that's what you celebrities did. go ahead. You're sorry now, not because you were sorry about the moral side of it. No, you're sorry because you feel that your career is coming to an end, or how much money this is going to cost you, and all the bad publicity, and people are not going to watch you anymore. You know, but getting back to this, I'm going to show you today some of these clips because maybe you haven't found them. Like I said, like and subscribe, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
Of famous rapper Diddy in Los Angeles. After receiving an anonymous tip from neighbors, agents rushed to the scene. During their search, they uncovered a tunnel beneath the carpet in Diddy's bedroom. Despite the family's pleas not to enter, the officers hesitated but ultimately decided to go in. The tunnel looked freshly dug, with wet dirt on the walls and trash scattered around. As they ventured deeper, the narrow space suddenly opened up to reveal 6 locked rooms. The agents couldn't access these rooms, and even more bizarrely, they found multiple intersections ahead in the tunnel. For safety, the agents called for backup and split up to investigate further. What they discovered was shocking. A tunnel connecting to the infamous Playboy Mansion, along with others leading to several Hollywood celebrities' homes. As the agents delved deeper, they quickly surrounded these residences. The FBI...
The new people taking turns laying in a fancy coffin, while like a group of older ones stood around in a circle around the coffin, taking turns. And they were doing whatever they pleased to the newcomer on camera, like it was some type of humiliation ritual. While all of the others stood around that big circle, cheering or just chatting while they were being served drinks by very new people, if you know what I'm saying. And it really seemed like everything that they were doing was for the cameras. Like the purpose of this room was to get footage from newcomers that was so graphically heinous that if it was released to the public, they would never even be able to explain it. And the public humiliation would be too severe to ever recover their career or their life. And the people that were serving drinks in that room weren't the same people that were serving drinks in the other rooms. It was as if they were saving these extremely new servers for this room and beyond. That's all I'm gonna say about that, and now I'm gonna move on to the week after. I was not expecting that night to go like that, and I never would have had Joe come visit me under those circumstances.
Was not brought or traded for anal sex, but that didn't matter to a few celebrities that were there. It's not just celebrities, there's a lot of different people. They called it an all-black party, but it was mainly because a lot of the party favors were black kids. I was in the care of Riverside County Child Protective Services at the time. I was 15, barely 16. 15, 16. It's foggy. A lot happened that night, and I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them. Because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened, but at the same time, what am I supposed to do? When nobody's really asking about the kids that are present in these parties now and were then, because they're really just going after all the celebrities and the adults, which I'm happy that we're finally here, and I'm grateful that we're finally pulling the names that need to be pulled and the big fishes that need to be pulled. But at the same time, nobody's asking about the kids and who else is really there. And no, it's just not about all these dudes having sex. They need people to fluff them, which are hand jobs and blow jobs. And those are the kids and the people on the party favorites desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel, and they make it like a carnival thing, and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it, and then after a certain time there's sex with animals, and then after a certain time you have no idea what's happening because you're numb. And if you throw up like I did, then your face is going to be rubbed in and you're gonna have to eat it. And then people look at that as a sick fetish too. Blood is a fetish, throw up is a fetish, shit is a fetish. So I have DID, and I went numb after a while. There's a reason for all of my splits, but I just went numb after a minute. And there's times where I just checked out. You can check out for a few hours while somebody is messing with you. It exists, because if you start fighting them back, then you're gonna suffocate or it's gonna hurt worse. So well, for me personally, I checked out. That's how I'm still sitting here. yeah.
And you see, they're just a few extracts. That's all, and there's loads. Did you see those tunnels? They're real. People, they are real. This is what's been going on. That one guy that's with the earphones telling his account, that's real. That's real. He's actually in hiding. And the girl, Alison Carter, that's just a little bit of what she was subjected to. She's older now telling her story. This is how many years this has been going on. And if I were to let that video play, she will tell you her account of being in the truck, being taken to Diddy's party, and she had to hold a newborn, not a newborn, but the baby couldn't walk. That's how young she was. And it was a little girl. And she overheard one of the men in the truck saying, look, if this baby continues to cry, we will give this baby to a paedophile that has AIDS. This is the shocking horror of what's going on. This is what's going on. There are no words to describe what's going on in this world. We're worse than animals. In the animal kingdom, you don't see the adult animal having sex with the babies. We're worse than animals. We are worse than animals. And it's about time, like I said at the beginning of the video, that people in America come out to the streets. Don't accept this in your world. Do not accept it. It's all coming to light now. Very much delayed, but like I said, it's better late than never. And I hope everybody involved will receive their punishments. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.